Thanks for spending a little bit of time with material management. In this video, we're going to cover how do you process a purchase order acknowledgement. We're going to go through this from a couple of different perspectives. One, how to do it in the web tool. The second is going to be how to do it in the legacy desktop application. So as a quick tutorial, this is how you can process an order acknowledgement. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into power.matmgt.com. I'm going to select purchase order. I'm going to select my particular branch that I want to be able to do a purchase order on. I'm going to select a purchase order, and I'm just grabbing one here at random. Maybe this one's boring to look at, but then I'm going to process the order. Once the order detail appears up on the screen, your accounting system may be a little bit different. Each accounting system requires different pieces of information. Now, this one happens to be a 2-item sales order from a vendor. I should have my tax table, if it's set up in the job master, come in. I should have my supplier number if we set up your unique supplier numbers. I'm then going to be able to select a job. Once I select the job, it's going to update for this particular accounting system. It's going to then update my cost types, phase codes, and GLs for that particular one. And then I can just step through here and figure out exactly what my settings should be. Now, these settings are going to be different based off of my job, based off of any different combination of codes that I need to have. And so once I've selected any of these items, then I can apply to all. You can see the information is populated down in here. Once I have set this up, I can then issue the purchase order. Now this one's closed here, so it's likely going to be, it's not something that I would actually want to import into my system. But once I set it up, now I have my import file. Now the import file here, this is going to be different for every single accounting system. So I'm going to pick on Spectrum here. So I'm going to open up Spectrum. I'm going to go to purchase orders, data entry, import purchase orders, and I'm going to import that ugly little file that we just looked at. End process. That purchase order acknowledgement has now been processed and is available in the accounting system. The next thing we're going to look at is how to do that with the legacy application. So I'm going to pick a couple of ones here. I don't know if any of these are exciting. Maybe we'll find an exciting one, and I'm going to process now. So I've placed an X in the column, and by placing an X in the column, I'm going to say which ones do I want to process. It's going to go through and load in all of my cost type phase codes. And again, every one of the accounting systems is going to look a little bit differently. So in this case right here, it didn't find my supplier number, no big deal. I'm going to give it my job number and then a cost type and a phase code. My cost type here, actually, in this case right here for this system is actually going to be cost type 2 for material. I'm going to grab my phase code, apply to all, issue the PO, move on to the next one. Now, one thing here, because this does not have the notion of batches, you can then skip all purchase orders and it will only process the one that you want. And again, I can go back into my ERP system and import the purchase orders based on what I've done. So just a quick tutorial of how to process an order acknowledgement in both the web system and in the legacy desktop system. It's a pretty quick process. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this one. There will be more to follow. Thanks.